Hello, team. This is Wayne The Difiboss from the T Dot in Toronto. And I'm just bringing this very short video to you. I know there's a lot of people out there, they're new to this industry, and they're really unfamiliar with the binary system and how it works. So in this video, I'm going to be answering a couple of questions. One is this a pyramid? You might have heard about that from a lot of other people who don't really understand exactly what that is, but we're going to be discussing it in this particular video. We keep it short, sweet, and to the point. Okay, so this is not financial advice. I want to say that this is not financial advice. This is simply for educational purposes only. And I'm using two different screens, so I'm just going to kill my camera for a second. And that way I can concentrate on what's at hand, which is what we have right here. So as you can see right here, this is you. Okay, this represents you. And being a binary, it means you have a left side and a right side. Okay, so left and right binary. And there's left and right, believe it or not, in computers. Computer technology uses a binary system. That is what it is all based on. This is why you have like 128-bit, for example, in your cameras, in your iPhones, in your, your Samsung, etc. It's based on a binary system, just so you know, for a little bit of information. Okay, so the binary that we're discussing in this particular case has to do with the referral marketing or network marketing or whatever you call it. But the idea of being able to create a sale where multiple people benefit from that sale. Okay. And even though we're showing that obviously that these represent individuals who join the binary system, it is clear that when those individuals purchase a product, and let's say in this case, the product is $100, it is the financial portion of it that we're talking about. Okay. So clearly, when someone spends some money, it can be shared among a group of people as in the binary. So let's have a look at exactly how this works. So let's say that this is you right here. You brought in your first person, and this person brought somebody else in, who brought somebody else in. You can see right here that the line is going down. All right. Now, normally, the side that has the most people on it would be called the power leg. These may be terminologies that you're hearing for the first time. But the power leg simply means that the leg that's common to both you and your upline, as this arrow is showing you. Okay. So in this person here in the green t-shirt or green shirt right here, this is someone that's placed under you by your upline. Now the upline, just like you, has a left and right, and the upline will always place left and right. The upline will not build your inside leg, as it's called. So let's just take, for example, this gentleman right here from Kenya, right? And let's say that that was you, and this was the upline, and you're placed on the right-hand side, and the power leg begins to build going down. The upline will generally not build on this particular side. So let me just mark this out right here. And let me just grab the proper pen for highlighting. And I'm just gonna, let's just put this with an X right here. So right here, okay, this is the inside leg. The upline will never do that. Because if he did, it means he's building on both your right side and your left side. And there's no way that he's going to do that. Okay. So he's helping you by placing people under you, as in this case right here, right? Like this person right here that he has brought in, okay, and placed under you. All right. This person happens to be in the US, for example, right? So that's how he's going to assist you to build. Now it is up to you to build your inside leg. Okay. In this case, your left leg, right? So you will build your left leg by placing someone there and going down. Now, normally, once you come back to your back office, you may see several people on this side, and that's great because you can benefit from that. Now, it is important to understand and remember that in a binary, you must have one person on the left and one person on the right. You might have just joined today, and then you come back and there's 3, 4, 5, 6, or 10 people on one side. Do you have to put people on that side? Absolutely. Okay, so you must place someone on that side as well. So if it's your first person even, and you didn't have an opportunity to put them here, then definitely you should put them on that power leg. Okay, so let's say it's this individual right here. So it says this is your guy, right? And this is your number one. Okay, this is your first person, even though you have maybe 10, 15, it could be 100 people. Because the binary rules are that you must have one on the left, one on the right. Okay, so since this is a power leg, especially if you have a heavy hitter that's you know under you, you could have lots of people on that side, and you definitely want that. But definitely go ahead and put someone on the other side, and this is now the leg that you're going to build. So this leg that's going down right here, this is your leg, okay? Your inside leg, as we call it. So you want to make sure that you are placing someone there as well as it goes down. Now, the other question that I'd like to answer while I'm at it is a lot of people believe that, oh, it's only the guy at the top. So they think that this guy here, this guy, man, he's at the top. He's gonna make all the money in the world. And I could never beat him. That's false. Okay. And I'll tell you why it's false. Right. I personally believe that in any opportunity in the early stages, the big heavy hitter comes in later. And why do they come in later? Well, they could study. They have an opportunity to study what you and I did earlier. And they could look at some of the mistakes that we made and they could capitalize on that, especially when they use technology. Okay, so they may be employing technology to be able to help them, maybe AI technology for recruiting, etc. Okay, just to give you an idea. So don't think that just because you may have your group of 7, right, and you started early, that it necessarily means that you are going to be at the top all the time. No, you will not. Okay, numbers alone, mathematics alone tells you otherwise. And I rely on mathematics. I mean, there's a lot of people who have a lot of skills, but I don't know who's going to be successful in my organization. So I follow the mathematical rules, left and right. You bring someone in, you put them on the left, you put them on the right. If your right side is stronger, then you want to put them on your left side. Okay, and you try to balance the numbers. So if you once you have one on the left, one on the right, you can definitely go ahead and put more people on the weak side because you're paid on the weak side, which we're going to talk about in just a minute. Okay. So as you get your other license, you may want to go ahead and put that license right here. Okay. You don't want to put that license right here. I'm going to talk to you about that in just a second. Because in the binary system, okay, you get paid on the weaker leg. So let's just assume for a moment that all the people on this side, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just say there's 10 per representative person right here. So that would be 60 people on the right and 20 people on the left. Okay, so let's assume that this was thousands of dollars. Okay, so this is $60,000 worth of business, right? On this side, okay, because you have several, maybe a few hundred people on this side, and then you have $20,000 in business, okay, on the other side, all right? Now, in that case, which side are you going to be paid on? Simple question, easy math. Which is the least amount of money, 60,000 or 20,000? It's obvious, right? 20,000. So let's assume that you got paid 10% of 20,000. Okay, so what is that? What's 10% of 10,000? 1,000, right? So that means of 20,000, it will be $2,000. Okay, so you will earn $2,000 because you are being paid on the weaker leg, on the weaker side, right? So your goal is to try and have the computer have a hard time determining which side is the weaker side. Now, a computer only does one thing, it counts. That's it, okay? And one of the keys to this, guys, if you have a lot of people that have joined, maybe they haven't signed up yet, but they're registered, very important. They're taking a position either left or right. Sooner or later, guess what? They're going to activate. And when they activate, guess what? They're one of your people, okay? So at 5% of let's say $100, just for easy math, that's $5. What if you have 100 people, 50 on the left, 50 on the right, that you personally introduce? That means you'll earn what? $5 times 100. How much money is that? Simple math, right? That's $500 just from the reoccurring. Of course, we know that we get more than that when it comes to the licenses, right? So I'm just trying to show you the mathematical equation. And just before I end, We're just a little over 10 minutes. I want to keep this very short and to the point. So a lot of people believe that, okay, we were talking about this guy at the top that makes all the money. No. And here's why. Okay. The product is $100. Okay. $5 is paid to you as your direct bonus. Okay. That leaves $95 on the table. But let's say out of $95 that the company takes $10 for profit. Okay. And this is just a mathematical example. Doesn't mean that that's what they're actually doing in terms of profit. But if the company took $10 in profit, because obviously they have to make a profit, then that leaves a total of $85, right? $85 that's left to be paid out. Okay. Now, does that mean that you again get the $85? Absolutely not. Okay. It would be nice, but no, that's not how it works. So let's say we minus $5 for the pool. Okay, because we have the BTC pool and the really big pools. Okay, so say $5 comes out of every 100 for that. That leaves a total of $80 left over. Okay, so let's say that they were paying out 80%, and this would be a percentage wise, whatever that percentage is. Okay, but you can use $100 to be able to show that. So let's say that between here and this point, that's $80. So if we count these people as being 10, that would be 10, 20, 30, let's say 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay. The money will end right here, right? The $80 will stop right here because it means that let's say they were paying out $1 per person all the way up. It can only go as far as $80, right? That's simple math, common sense. Okay. So what happens next? Well, this is you. You need to repurchase another license. Would it be smart to buy another license in here? No, you're already making that money. This position is already capturing some dollars from here. That wouldn't be too smart. Okay. So I would personally want to go below the $80. Maybe it's 80 people, maybe it's 100, whatever it is. So even if you have 100 people deep on the left or on the right, and you repurchase another license on number 81, 82, or whatever that is, okay, you're now starting to capture volume from what's going down. Another 80, okay, another 80, right? So you want to space it out. So it really doesn't matter if there is 50 people, 100 people in between you and your original position, because you want to capture down to infinity. You want to keep going down and down and down and down, okay? And maxing it out that way, because that's a never-ending cycle, okay? Because it's beyond the point where the last dollar is spent. So business is all about math. It's all about understanding mathematics of how this is shared. So this $100, this group of people here shares in that $100. See that? So that happens on both the left side and the right side. So the key to this would be simply to share this with everyone, regardless to who they are, because you never know who's going to be the big leader. You have one guy here from Kenya, you have another person from the United States, you have another person here from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you have people from all over the world. And that's just one product. What happens when the other products get introduced? Same thing. Those funds are shared. So hopefully this would be enough information for you so you can make a really good informed decision and have a much better understanding of how the binary works. Again, this is Wayne Dennie, the DeFi boss from the T-Dot in Toronto, saying have a good day. I hope this is helpful to you, and definitely we will want to work together as a team and build this thing globally, because I think it has a lot of legs and it's going to do extremely well. And if you're hearing this or watching this video right now, you're in the right place at the right time. This is Wayne again saying peace out and see you at the top.